All right, Season 13 of Arena is a wrap. I managed another top 50 finish, and this season was pretty interesting because we had 2 points where the meta got shaken up a little bit. We had the introduction of Bloody Griff. I have a video on the channel comparing him to Nier Baldi, so go check that out. Also, of course, we got the new celeb characters, 2 new powerful DPS, Marie and Yuri, and celeb Akeha with her character skill gimmick that can be used at start of battle that buffs the team and debuffs the enemy defense. Also, I have a video on the celeb characters showcasing her in Arena, so go check that out as well. In this video, I want to talk about loadouts. I know there have been a lot of requests around the communities for team building in Arena, so we can take a look at my loadouts. And also some capture of the final 15 minutes of the season. And this will give us a chance to check out what the top 10 players are using. And also we'll check out some other capture for that too. Let's dig into the loadouts now. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the concept of a full cooldown team. The goal here is that all 3 characters have their cooldowns synced, so they all go off at the same time. And we're going to put a subjugation weapon in the mains, EX weapons in the subs, and a full cooldown memoir set. Of course, I have this built offensively as far as the companions go. And then debris can either be, if you have agi debris or attack debris, whatever makes sense for you. Here, this team was kind of fun. I have 2 of the Christmas characters for their team buffs. Theo, of course, for the attack and agility team buffs. Akeha for HP and attack. And Noelle actually has a crit team buff, and I'm using Dragoon Noelle here actually to slow her down a bit instead of Fractured Noelle. I originally had Fractured Noelle, and she was sniping a lot, and there were teams cooling down before me somehow. So this was built with the intent of just cooling down, hopefully eating a snipe, and then even if someone died, I'd have 4 skills ready to go. And this is a pretty good strat for a defense team, and it's pretty cool on offense too. And then I have a few more cooldown teams. Let's take a look at those. Be skipping around a little bit. So I have a few cooldown teams with the new celeb Akeha, which I don't use on defense because you want to wait till those weapon skills are ready to go before you use her character skill. And it can be tricky to tap everything in time. That's the only bummer with that. But again, subjugation main hand, EX weapons in the subs, and a full cooldown set in the memoirs. And here I have Yuri with the wind subjugation gun, Theo with the dark fists, so you get some team buffs here too, and you get some team buffs with the Akeha as well with the flat agility buff. So that's very nice. These teams were very effective. This is the same exact thing with Fractured Noelle instead of Yuri for water options, depending on what elements you're going up against. Okay, so that's how I build a cooldown team. This was another just experimental defense team. Full cooldown, 3 strong characters with no team buffs. It was okay. Then I tried this one. I had just booked up Abstract Raon finally and threw some slabs on him, so I wanted to try him out. And I have him using the water spear here. I didn't have the skill 2 of the staff max just yet, and it actually worked out because it kind of speeds up the auto attacks in case he goes. He's just going to hit a single hit and hopefully get our skills off sooner. And this is the same, just a wind Yuri and a dark Theo. Oddly enough, this ended up being my most effective defense team. I even saw Baldimo's teams losing to it, and even some of the top players were unlucky against it. Okay. So then I wanted to talk about hybrid snipe cooldown teams. And that's what I have going on here. So Lavanya, you're going to see him built the same way over and over throughout my builds. He's full cooldown. He's got the Subjugation Fist, 2 crit passive EX weapons, a full cooldown set. And for this to look as good as it does, it's just going to take 1,000,000 hours of memoir grinding. It just really takes a lot of work. And my memoirs are pretty good. And of course, there are still a lot of people out there who have even better memoirs. Now, Noelle, because I have Fio here, by the way, or you could do this with any character with a soldier passive, I'm able to max out Noelle's timed agility with only 2 weapons. Okay, we'll compare this to my Gale Sniper in a moment, but this allowed me to give her an EX weapon in the subs as well. And this was an experiment that actually went pretty well. I went ahead and put the Saryu staff in there for the Bold Vigor, because if she's sniping, she has full HP. And this Noelle is a beast. I was able to get a partial cooldown set, and I did that so that I could have a decent crit rate. And this Fio, this was also an experiment. I have party attack buff memoirs to also help out Noelle in case she doesn't get a good chain. And she hits hard. On her snipes, she's often hitting above 100,000 per hit. So very nice. That's how that team is built. Fio is also built with cooldown in the weapons. So she has the Mechanical Heart main, and then EX in the subs. And the Lavanya EX Fist helps with her base attack a little bit. And she actually hits pretty reasonably well. Okay. I have another hybrid team. I wanted to try out Yuri as a wind sniper, and that's what I did here. This is also featured in my celeb showcase video. And the same kind of strat is happening here as I use with my celeb Gale Sniper, which I've been using for a few seasons. You've probably already seen that, but we'll look at her in a moment as well. What worked for me is having a partial agi set in the memoirs, so I could boost the crit rate a little bit with the third piece here. Then in this case, we have the subjugation gun as main. Got lucky to pull this recently. You usually want to get some kind of element boon and fleetfoot combination weapon. In this case, the 3-wing pistol. And then in these builds, the umbrella is always great because it's the only crit rate and agi weapon. Okay, so Yuri here she's going to have very slow cooldowns, but she's hopefully going to snipe those formidable water foes like Celeb Marie, for example. Okay, I got lucky enough to get this really nice agi debris, so do your best there. Okay, Fio, once again, same cooldown build with the Mechanical Fist, Mechanical Heart Fist, and then Lavanya, the same build as always, Dark Fist, full cooldown. Busted crit rate. Really close to 100, so he just really does so much damage. Okay, so that's my hybrid cooldown snipe build. Then, whenever I'm coming up against a provoke tank, I like to use Summer F66X. And here we can look at my classic Celeb Gale Sniper. She's got the Silver Snow Claw in the main. And the Subjugation Spear for the additional water boon and agi. And then, again, the Umbrella. And the same strat on the memoirs, a partial agi set. And there are other ways to do this. Maybe your memoirs are so good you can pull off a full agi set. Or the absolute fastest option is three memoirs that have agility as the main stat. So unrelated sets. But your crit rate's going to look like trash for that. That's very effective in Ball Demos type team, where you want to outpace a sniper and get your character skills off before someone can snipe you. So that's an option. Here's my Lavanya, built for cooldown, same exact build. This is a little weird and this is not common, but I put the EX Baldy sword on her main so that she could help with damage because at the time she just wasn't slabbed out that much. Yes, I literally put more slabs on her since the other day. So she needed an EX main for me to do some damage. And then I have her built with HP subs so that she can survive a little better. And then here we have party attack. Boom. I got lucky to get Christmas Fio early in the month on those reprints. And ever since I got her, I've been having fun with fast teams and haven't really used full Baldimos teams. So I have some of my old ones in here that we're not going to look at. You can see those in my previous arena videos. But I did want to mention the new Griff being a great character that can kind of stand alone if you have two fast and strong characters. Okay, so in this build, I have Noelle as a sniper with a cooldown set, and this is actually overkill. I must have built this a little earlier before I realized that I can actually squeeze in an EX weapon here and still have her at 100%. Because this was also an experiment, I put a party agi set on Griff. I don't recommend that. I would say go ahead and put an HP set on him. And then that way I'd probably just leave these weapons as is. And then Lavanya, once again, full cooldown. So we have a sniper, we have full cooldown, and then we have a lonely provoke tank that can tank enough hits by the time these two get their skills off. And hopefully Noelle has gotten rid of someone at the beginning anyway. We'll see this in the capture I'm about to show you. This was a popular team other people were using too. And this is a variation of the same team with Yuri instead of Lavanya. Nothing to much to talk about there. I was still using this at the beginning of the season. This was kind of a funny meme build originally with Summer Saryu that I used in that meme edits. And we can take a look at this. So this is where people would build Demos with 3 agi mains and 3 subjugation weapons so that he's just guaranteed to outpace anyone. And this was funny. My attacker has party HP and it helps Baldy stand. The only problem is it's kind of slow because depending on the team I'm going against, I'll change his main weapon and the companions to resist the elements of the team I'm going up against. So not recommendable when you're rushing in the final half hour. So didn't use this team. I used it at the end of last season and the beginning of this season. By that, I mean the end of season 12, the beginning of season 13. Of course, now we're in season 14, but you know what I mean. Okay, this was just kind of a funny double provoke team. And that's pretty much all I want to say about builds. Cool, so let's go ahead and take a look at the capture. From the final 15 minutes. So I'm predicting that I'm going up against a Baldimo, so I went ahead and grabbed my Summer F66X team here.
I'll cut down.
Remember, Gale is built as a sniper. But this is tricky. When they've built someone faster, there's a very short window of time for me to try to get Gale to snipe in. And F66X's character skill before their provoke tank. And it wasn't able to get that snipe in here, you see. But often she'll run out in between. But here, the other team has 3 character skill gimmick characters. So there wasn't any time. And we'll just kind of see how it goes. Yep, there goes Griff's dreaded heal. It's so annoying when you don't time things right for that. But luckily, it's still 3 versus 1. I'm going to be able to pull it off with a character skill from Gale. Ouch. Cool. All right, so 15 minutes to go, and I'm in the top 20. Feeling good, feeling good. What do we got next? All right, Big Lissy, top player. Very tough defense teams. Big Lissy has been number 1 before. And we can see they have one of those style teams where it's a single Bloody Griff with 2 strong attackers. Okay, my snipe failed, obviously. This is where my Summer F66X team could probably use some improvement, some tweaking. I'm gonna probably change that up a little bit this season. Alright, so that's a loss because of the failed snipe. And I'm going back for blood. Let's see if I can skip just a little bit forward to save some time here. The video is already getting pretty long.
Everything in my way.
Okay, so here we go. Managed to snipe Yuri that time. That's what Gale is supposed to do. Now, why I have Gale instead of Noelle? I don't know, actually. Noelle could be a really good substitute here. There was Lavanya with his ridiculous cooldowns, and you see what happened there? When you're able to hit Griff with that second skill as the first and only hit, it really often just takes him down in one shot. In any case, Gale is a cool alternative because she just hits so much harder and needs less chains for a successful snipe. Alright, Soliton has Baldy on display, so we're going to stick with the same team here. And interesting. We have the AoE sword on Demos, a failed snipe, and we have Zero over there. She's getting ready to cast that character skill early. We better get rid of her. So my strat here is to, when I come up against a team like this, I always try to get rid of Demos first, so that I don't get my attack debuffed. Just look at that. Lavanya needed 2 skills to get rid of her. Gale, same deal, needed 2 skills. But we're all standing and Baldy's not going to survive. Let's skip ahead a little bit. All right, top 10 with 10 minutes to go. Feeling good, feeling good. All right, Fuwa is up next. And it looks like I went for that hybrid snipe cooldown provoke team. Yes. Go ahead and pick on Yuri because she is a threat, even though this is not recommendable. I wish I had a good fire sniper to take out those wind Yuris. And Lavanya coming in with the slow punch, so clutch. Otherwise I might have been in trouble here. But Griff is standing strong over there. He's about to trigger that heal, I think. Yeah. Lavanya comes busting in. Alright, so that was a success. Who do we have up next? Alright, Mad Kid. Did not see Mad Kid all season, so this might be someone just using a different name, or they just climbed up for the first time in the whole season. And I saw EX Akeha, so I predicted it might have been a Baldemos. I predicted incorrectly, but sniping her went well. And beautifully triggered Lavagna's Caged Vigor, low HP, so he's about to just shred Lars to pieces. Look at that damage. Alright. Getting close here. What do we got next? Oh, rank 10. I'm gonna go ahead and reset and try to look for some top 10 people to fight. I'm gonna settle on Feist. And cool, I get to... Am I gonna use the Celeb Akeha team? I'm thinking about it, and it looks like I'm seeing 2 water foes, so I'm gonna go with this team so I can get my Wind Yuri sniper, and also have Fio using Wind, so that I can hit the weakness of those water enemies and resist them as well. So let's go ahead and target Marie first because she is a threat. Let her live. Even if I just get 1 hit and chip away her Bold Vigor, that's worth it. Once again here, I got lucky with Lavagna triggering his Bold Vigor, and looks like I cooled down first, and it's over. So again, that was a hybrid snipe cooldown team. I really like those. But on defense, I think straight cooldown is a little more effective. Unless someone's coming at you with Baldemos, you can't really do anything about it. Alright, oh, the dreaded JP Bear. One of the hardest defense teams in the game. And I'm going to play it safe and go ahead and bring that Griff team again. Just to divert some of the attacks. Right now I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, is my elements loadout good enough? Which team is it going to be? Because JP Bear used, you know, the Griff team too, or just used the cooldown team, so now, okay, it's the cooldown team.
Who are you?
Which is so fast and so strong. And again, see there, I at least chipped away Marie's Bold Vigor a bit. Ooh, a counter. Ouch. Things are not looking good for Farplane. But, yep, okay, nice. Lavagna really did some work there, and we did it. And getting a win against rank 1 with... But at this point, it's 5 minutes left of the season. That's so clutch. And you see I'm in the top 10 again with 5 minutes left. Yes! Can I hold top 10? Oh, I'm already knocked out. And we'll see in Raon's video, he had just fought me at that point, which kicked me down to 12. I'm trying to go back and get some clues. I'm going to reset the options and land on RK Zhao, and I'm gonna get it handed to me because this team was deceptive. First of all, I didn't expect a Baldemos. Now I want you to see how effective this team is. Okay, so their Yuri is a sniper. I couldn't get any actions in, and I didn't know. I brought a cooldown team. I didn't know this was going to be a Baldemos, and I should be saying Griff Demos, but you know what I mean. Now, my Celeb Akeha cooldown teams have chewed through these type of teams before, but
My thanks.
when we're talking top 10, it's not recommendable. That was a close kill, and it's gonna mean the death of it. Okay, so lost there. Skip ahead a bit. And I was a little stubborn and wanted some revenge. I had forgotten that Yuri was a sniper and thought that maybe I could snipe, and here I'm using my Summer F66X team. It's a Griff Demos, right? So, as long as I can snipe, but my Celeb Gale got knocked out right away. I'm in danger, and this is a loss. I'm going to skip ahead again. But look how effective that team is. So again, if you're like newer player or you're a top 500 player and you're wondering what are people using in the top 10, here is your chance to have a look at that. I think this was my favorite. You see they have their Demos main-handing EX Rift weapon, so that will do some damage when it goes off. It doesn't have the highest attack, but it's going to be dangerous for me. I think I had some... I didn't change target fast enough, and it distracted my attacks, and yeah, one auto attack took out my Lavanya, and it was over. And by then, I was out of time, and look at that. Top 10 got knocked down all the way to 31. Maybe next time, Farplane, maybe next time. But so happy that at least I wasn't struggling in and out of top 50 this time. Was able to get my top 50. Head back to the profile, change the fake name. So, yeah. Actually, hate to say it, but it made a huge difference not using my real name. Last season, it was pretty brutal. Alright, cool. So then I wanted to show you one more thing. You can check out Raon's channel. He posts a lot of, like, easy gameplay, including his own final, in this case, final half hour. And just for entertainment purposes, one, for the purpose of, again, showcasing what are the top 10 players using. And Raon's been top 1 several times. And then just for fun, we can see that cooldown team that I talked about using. We'll see Raon taking it out. That is not the right team. Okay. Apologize, I had it queued and I'm not shooting the whole video again. So anyway, here we go. So there I am, I'm using the name Bot Crusher. And Raon's going for me. And I do want you to check out this team that Raon is using. So Summer F66X, Celeb Akeha, and Bloody Grit. So focuses on just using Akeha's skills with both of the character skills. Somehow cooldown before me, that's really surprising. Only Raon's left, and I'm in danger. But very interesting team. I might have to try this myself. Okay, so head over to Raon's channel to check out this whole video. It's crazy to watch this level of gameplay. Cool. Great. That's all I wanted to talk about in this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe to help me grow this channel, and I'll see you in the next one.